the entire 110-story building. Less than 90 minutes later, the North Tower 2 collapsed in on itself, pancaking, one floor crushing the one beneath it, as another enormous cloud grew, enveloping the tower as it disintegrated, spewing dust and debris through most of lower Manhattan. The giant cloud, which can be viewed to this day in dozens upon dozens of YouTube videos, spontaneously expanded in height and girth, producing new clouds as big as buildings. The dust shoved its way down streets and between buildings in lower Manhattan, gathering speed and volume like a tsunami, pushing debris through glass doors and windows, and sending a plume high into space. People tried to outrun the dust storm, but with little success, while many took cover in doorways or under parked vehicles. The expanse of this smoldering pyre was so great that astronaut Frank L. Culbertson Jr. was able to photograph it from a window on the International Space Station. The cloud was so large that it seemed to linger in place, even as it expanded, and like trying to see in a snowstorm, those engulfed by it could only vaguely make out figures and objects. What mattered, they thought, was getting away from the tower's collapse, the falling steel and concrete and glass. They didn't realize their deadliest attacker was all around them, in the air they breathed. Part 1. In 2002, NYPD Detective Candiace Baker, who worked at Internal Affairs, was suffering from a persistent cough. Otherwise, she felt fine. She had no other symptoms, no fever or sore throat, no irritated eyes. But Baker kept coughing and coughing. She was trying to treat it with basic over-the-counter cough medicine and by drinking hot tea. A lot of people noticed that she couldn't talk without coughing, but it now seemed normal to her. Since nothing else hurt, it didn't seem important. Still, when her ears started hurting, she decided to see a doctor. She told him, "I think I have an ear infection. I just need eardrops." While he checked her ears, he asked her how long she'd had her cough. Baker wasn't sure, but said it'd been a while. She just wanted the eardrops. The doctor instead ran a series of tests to see what was going on. Afterward, he wanted to know how long she'd had a respiratory condition. "I don't have any respiratory condition," Baker said. "Yes, we believe that you do," the doctor replied. The doctor then administered a cardiogram. Looking at the results prompted him to ask how long she had had a heart condition. "I don't have a heart condition," Baker said. The doctor replied, "We believe that you do." "I can't. I don't have the time. I'm a single mother." Baker was insistent. All she wanted was eardrops. She had to get back to work. The doctor explained that symptoms she ignored for months, such as a burning in her stomach, throat, and chest, which she thought was heartburn from something she ate, as well as her unrelenting cough, were potentially serious. He sent her to a series of experts, including a cardiologist and a pulmonologist. Dr. Sherma Winchester Penny, the cardiologist, had an office some 60 miles north of New York City. She specialized in treating women with heart disease in a holistic manner and with the care she learned working as a nurse before she went to medical school. After a series of examinations, she sat Baker down to try to figure out why she'd become so sick so suddenly. She began by asking Baker about her job and what exactly she did. "It's just work, office work," was Baker's response. Winchester Penny asked Baker to walk her through her work history. Baker answered that she worked for the police department, for the Internal Affairs Division.